Here we go, kids. The last video was way too long and I don't want to bore you, so I'm going to try it again. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're going to try and find the area of this composite figure. And you might remember that composite figures are these strange creatures that are made up of other simple shapes. Like this one we can look at and say, that looks like it's made up of a rectangle and a triangle, which is great because we know how to find the area of a rectangle really easily, right? And triangle is not too much more difficult. So our job is to cut them up into the right shapes. So here we go. I am going to just make this little cut right here, and it looks like I have a rectangle, right? And this looks really nice too. It looks like I have the two dimensions I need. It looks like I have the height, right? That's one of the dimensions I need. That's the height is 4 meters, and I'm going to multiply that by the width of the rectangle. Oops, that's 13, and I should have the area, right? Now, if you had tiles on your desk, you'd see yourself making, 4 rows of tiles this way, and 13 this way. Now, this is really inaccurate. I don't know if I really have 13 or not. I'm just showing that that is how we measure the area. Okay, so I'm not going to go through and count these tiles. I'm going to use math, right? And I'm going to use the distributive property to point out that 4 times 13 is going to be 52 meters squared. Great. I feel like I'm over halfway done. I've got the rectangle. Now I just need to get this triangle, which is going to give me a little bit of difficulty because I can't tell how tall it is, or really how wide it is either. But I'm going to remember to draw a rectangle around it. Because I remember that a triangle is always about half, not about, it's always exactly half of a rectangle. So if I can figure out how wide this rectangle is and how tall this rectangle is, I can find its area. And then I can find the area of the triangle inside of it. All right, so let's stop avoiding this. Let's just do it. I see that down here there is a total of 13 squares. And I notice this number up here doesn't seem to be doing anything. 7. I think it tells me how many are on the right-hand side, right? Right here. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I didn't do too bad. So there's 13, and if I take 7 of them out, that leaves how many under here? How many? I'm going to use a little math to figure that out. Here, I'm going to do my side work. There's a total of 13. I take 7 away, and that leaves me with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was very lucky with my drawing. But what that tells me is that there's an width of that is 6. Okay, and that means that down here is also 6. And this is the thing that causes us the most difficulty, is figuring out these missing numbers. Now you might say, hey, but there's no rectangle here, Mr. Meyer. What are you doing? Really, I was just taking this measurement and splitting it into 2 parts. This measurement, and then the one under the rectangle, or triangle, the one under the triangle that I needed. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing for the height. All right, notice this funny looking dotted line over here. It says 9 meters, and what this means is that from the ground all the way, let's just pretend this is a building for a second, all the way to the tip top of this building was 9 meters. Okay, and we drew a dotted line because there's not a straight line that's that long. Now, think about it. If this part of the building was 4, and the total was 9, if I cut off these 4, what's left for the height of the triangle, right? This part up here. Again, we'll just do a little math here. 9, we'll take away 4, and that leaves us with 5, right? That means that this part of the building is 4, but 5, right? 4 plus 5 makes 9. So now I know that this blue rectangle is 6 wide and 5 tall, right? So I'm going to write that down. 6 times which is 30, right? I'm super excited. That was easy. Except don't forget, we just want the area of that little red triangle underneath there, right? We don't want all of these out here. We don't want this part here. We just want that part inside the triangle. So remember, the formula for triangle is find the rectangle that goes around it and then divide it by 2. Right? So in this case, 6 times 5 is 30, divided by 2 is 15 meters. So if I need to find the whole composite figure here, I need to add the rectangle, which is 52 meters squared, and I need to add the 15 meters squared that were in the triangle part, and altogether I'm going to get 67 meters squared. And that's my total area, right? 67 meters squared for the yellow rectangle and the blue triangle. Okay. And that's it.